Hello everyone and welcome to Raid School. My name is Halen and today we're talking about the Gauntlet Encounter in the Leviathan Raid. The goal of this encounter is to successfully carry an orb through an obstacle course called the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is the area on the outside of the room behind the orange force field. The Gauntlet is separated into sections by 4 walls. Each of those walls has one of the symbols that we have already seen in the raid: chalice, axes, dog, and sun. You'll also notice that each wall has 9 holes with flashing green and blue rings around them. In addition to those walls, there's also going to be some shorter walls that act as obstacles for the runners, as well as pits that will eventually form when the lighter colored sections of the floor drop out and the runners will have to jump over them. And if those obstacles weren't interesting enough, the orb that we're holding while running through the gauntlet is unstable. It will eventually explode and kill us. In order to extend the timer on the explosion, we will have to collect other orbs on each wall as we pass through. However, this orb is not going to be readily available every single time. This is where the coordination with the other guardians inside the room begins. Like many encounters, we're going to split up into 2 teams of 3 guardians and assign jobs to each. We've already talked about the runner. The other 2 jobs are going to be platform and scion. After an ad phase, each team will go to their starting symbol and split up into their respective jobs. Now the starting points are going to be chalice and dog. If you ever forget, just look for the golden plate on the ground. This is what the beginning of each job looks like. The runner will go to that plate on the ground where an orb will have spawned, grab the orb, and be teleported into the gauntlet. The platform guardian will run and jump on the platform in front of the starting wall, and the scion guardian will go stand in front of these golden stairs. While the platform is activated, one of the holes on the wall will be highlighted in red for the runner. The runner will then call out the row the ring is located on: top, middle, or bottom. Column does not matter. The location of the red ring corresponds to a set of 3 triangles found on the wall outside of the gauntlet. Using this information, the scion and platform guardians will shoot the remaining 2 triangles. Let's run through some examples of what this looks like. If the runner calls out top, the remaining triangles would be middle and bottom. Now, as a rule of thumb, the platform guardian is going to shoot the upper of the remaining triangles, while the scion guardian will shoot the lower. So in the example that I already gave, the runner calls out top, the platform guardian should be shooting middle triangle, and the scion guardian will shoot the bottom. So the remaining 2 scenarios are: runner calls out mid, the remaining triangles will be top and bottom, platform would shoot top, and scion would shoot bottom. And lastly, the runner calls out bottom, the remaining triangles are going to be top and middle, platform would shoot top, and scion would shoot middle. Another way I've heard of people dealing with this is, if I'm platform, I always shoot top. Unless the runner calls out top, then I shoot middle. Or if you're scion, I always shoot bottom. Unless bottom is called, then I shoot middle. These triangles must be shot simultaneously, so just keep shooting until your partner also shoots their triangle, or you'll see the triangles turn red or green. If the triangles turn green, you've done this correctly, and the inside wall will be unlocked for the runner, allowing them to grab the orb they need to keep from exploding. However, if this is done incorrectly, the triangles will turn red, but the wall on the inside of the gauntlet will still be unlocked, just without the orb to extend the runner's time. As long as the runner doesn't miss 2 walls in a row, they should have enough time to make it through the rest of the gauntlet. No matter what happens after shooting the triangles, the platform guardian will turn to their right, run, and activate the next platform. The scion guardian will stay behind and wait for the runner to clear the wall. After the wall is cleared, there will be a counselor scion that spawns at the top of the golden stairs. Once the counselor spawns, simply run up, melee it, turn to the right, and continue on to the next symbol. It's important that you continue standing at the bottom of the golden stairs, otherwise the counselor's spawn will bump you off and make you waste time. Since you had to stay behind and melee the Scion, sometimes you'll find yourself not quite to the next symbol when it comes time to shoot the triangles. Simply stop, shoot the triangle, or shoot on the fly if you're comfortable, and continue on. Remember, the Scion doesn't spawn until the runner crosses the wall, so there's plenty of time to make it there. This process is repeated until the runner reaches the end of the gauntlet. The end of the gauntlet is a literal finish line with yet another orb. Runner, make sure you run completely through the orb and the finish line, and you'll be automatically teleported out of the gauntlet. Finally, take the explosive charge that you've been carrying through the gauntlet into the center of the room and dunk before you explode. After the runner dunks, everyone should reset and get ready for another wave of adds. This whole process is done 2 more times until the final run. The final run begins after the 3rd round. Everyone should meet up in the middle, and an orb will spawn for each guardian. After everyone's taken their orb, we'll all be teleported into the gauntlet. This time around, we don't have to worry about Scion or platform jobs. All the walls are unlocked and the orbs are provided for us. However, there are only 4 orbs per wall. That means there's going to be 2 guardians that cannot extend their time every wall. In order to deal with this, we're going to use a strategy called the sacrifice strat. 2 guardians will be chosen as the sacrificers. They will grab an orb on the first wall, but after, they will just simply fall back and wait for their time to expire. This allows the remaining 4 guardians to grab an orb on every wall thereafter, almost guaranteeing that we get 4 guardians through the gauntlet. If all the rounds before this have gone well, we only need 3 to get through. If we failed 1 runner at any point in time in the previous rounds, we need to get 4 through, and since we pretty much guarantee 4, we also have that covered. If we fail more than once, however, we'll probably wipe and try again. Since the sacrificers did take an orb on the first wall, that means 2 guardians need to skip. Those 2 guardians are usually going to be the runners, because they are usually classes that can run and jump easily. In other words, not warlocks, and shouldn't have a problem making it to the 2nd wall and then making up their time on every wall after that. To avoid bumping into and fighting over orbs with your classmates, make sure to call out the orb you're going for. This call out should be short and simple. Something like top left, bottom middle, or middle middle should do fine. Remember that the finish line is just another wall and you still need to call out the orb you're going for. Once you've run completely through the finish line, you'll be teleported back out of the gauntlet where we'll need to continue to the center of the room, deposit the charge, and enjoy the loot that we've earned. And that concludes our class on the Gauntlet Encounter. For extra credit, like and subscribe below, and don't forget to check out my Twitch channel where you can join in on one of my raids. Thanks for watching.